Welcome to today's video, and I'm going to be predicting if Maggrats specifically is going to be good, and even hypothetically, for a little bit of fun, created my own skills for the champion that could potentially be in the game, who knows, but we will soon see. So, enjoy today's video. Hello, yes, smash like, comment, and subscribe for more daily videos with me, MrSneakyy, and we're here with Colour Dragons. I thought I'd make a little bit of fun one to follow up the announcement of the two new heroes with potentially guessing what Maggrats' kit looks like, you know, the little goblin here right next to me. And I thought it'd be a really fun one because I'm going to go into the main game just to showcase some little, you know, inspiration, obviously, where I've gone from in here, right? Because obviously, she is a fellow goblin like Craig, and I'm not going to say she is going to be an explosive-based hero, but one thing I do think that being a Wilderberg-based hero that's very important is if she's doing some sort of like damage over time effects or some sort of passive, it's gonna be in a bleed form, right? So I think bleed might be a very important part of her kit, and the way it could be done is similar to maybe like Guan Yin, right? Because Guan Yin, when she has her awakening, allows her to just simply launch poison attacks on top with her, you know, normals, which is really cool ability. So she might be doing something like that. And the reason why we're going into this is, as you can see, Guan Yin and even Syndron, right? These are precision-based heroes. And normally when you look at these heroes, they are normally excelling in single target damage specifically, right? That's kind of what they want to do. That's all they're designed for. So when we go back into the actual heroes now, what we're going to do is have a little bit of fun, right? So we're going to go and discuss potentially what her skills could look like. These are not her skills, right? This is just a little bit of fun that I've just had on the side. So I've been a bit bored towards the end of the season while nothing's really happening. But let's go into them. So first skill straight away, this is going to be her active skill. And you can understand this is a concept idea of what a kind of wonder is what's going to happen. Is it going to be basically a active skill that needs you to get 1,000 rage, and once you get this rage, you basically consume this vial and you get some sort of like blood rage, bloodlust, you know, these kind of like crazy effects that's going to allow you to maybe like decrease the enemy's attack and get a massive amount of attack steroid during this window, right? And all the X and stuff I've kind of left like that just because, to be honest, I'm no numbers expert, but you can understand here, this is just a general idea of what potentially could be her skill, right? And when it goes into like her next 3 skills, these are obviously all passive based skills, following the exact same trend like always, but I've been a little bit more nicer to most players because the next skill is something you would be allowed to be investing into because it's just a generic skill, right? You're gonna get a 25% extra attack bonus and even get 10% hero skill damage reduction, which I think is kind of needed when you're looking at garrison heroes, right? Garrison heroes, not forgetting that Maggrats does have that garrison-based talent, needs some sort of defense, right? She needs to be able to do something really good while she is inside of a garrison, right? This could be inside of a pass or in routes of war. So what I did to find kind of like further this, and this is for obviously the whales, right? So if you're a spender, this is where the third skill is going to be the garrison-based skill for them. And I just called it like hold for blood, and nothing too crazy on this passive, but it's a kind of concept following Forendil, right? And I like this kind of concept because it allows you to maybe try out different pairings with this hero, where as a deputy, you're going to get a different, you know, skill, and if you are a primary or the captain lead, you know, the main primary hero of your match, you're going to get a different one. And they're both basically very similar, but offer very powerful, you know, differences. You can get more defense if you're the character of the lead, and you're going to just get some rage generation. I only just put 5% just to put a number there again. But when you're the deputy, I thought, why not flip it and put maybe HP 10% or maybe even like 15% would be fair. But reducing that active skill cooldown, right? Making her so when she is in that deputy, she's allowing the active skills to basically fire off 1 turn earlier than most players, which could be a very cool feature for this Garrison lead that could actually isolate her out there. Again, this is hypothetical, guys. I'm not saying this is gonna happen in the game, but I would love to see it, right? Some sort of cool concept like this. The next one is and this is the best part I thought about her kit, but I kind of love, and I would believe her to do something like this, which is when she's in the field, her Legion or her marksman units gain a 5% chance while they're launching those normal attacks. Maybe this chance gets increased, right, when you level it up, to apply a bleed, right? And this is a single target bleed to that unit. This could be, you know, damage them for X amount of damage, like 200 damage, comparatively to what, you know, the Craig's doing, maybe like 300 or 400 damage, who knows? But this stacks, right? So this is kind of why I wanted it a little bit lower on the damage meter, because you could stack this up. And if you have enough stacks when you're firing from such a far range, all the time, that unit is actually going to get absolutely shredded for that. So I'd love to see this. Maybe obviously increase the duration from 3 seconds to maybe like 4 or 5, just to give that bleed even more time to actually devastate those opponents over a longer period. So I would love to see something like this, right? You can see these are just concept ideas in different skills that could potentially be in that hero. Nothing too crazy, but it could make that whole kit, right? So the next thing is obviously the awakening, and the way I did this awakening was pretty simple. I thought it could go 2 ways, and I thought you guys maybe want to put your own input on what you'd like to see, right? So I named it Blood for Blood, the Awakening, right? And this is in addition. So this is basically like a additional effect that you gain. So just a passive, right? So if the target is suffering from bleed, ignore defense by X%. So on top of everything that you're destroying, you know, that target's defense from the first skill, you're applying a bleed, you are now ignoring that defense even further. And that's only when it's awakened, right? So for an awakened ability, do something absolutely bonanzas and crazy. Or a lot of people thought, why not try and make an AoE hero? So the way I kind of thought of it was, why not just allow her to spread it maybe? So maybe with the target being bled, you have this awakening where, you know, that target's bleed gets now spread to maybe 2, 3, or 4 nearby legions, you know, who knows, right? And because of the stacks, depending on how many stacks there is, obviously that legion, when it gets you know, infected, let's just say, might have 4 stacks straight away. So you can do some insane AoE damage while only targeting this one unit through a unique form, right? So that's kind of like a few of my, like I said, just some ideas on Maggrat. I'm not saying those are her abilities at all. Those are just something I have created in my, you know, downtime, just to, you know, burn the time, right? To burn the time. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, right? And I'd love to hear maybe in the comment section your suggestions, right? Because the thing is, like I said, these heroes are going to have the marksman, the precision tree, as well as obviously the garrison tree. So what you can do is try and look at some of these garrison heroes, see how these abilities, you know, align up. Same with like Theodore's, right? You can see how these guys are aligning up with their effects. Look at these guys and have inspiration and do something a little bit different that's more archer specific, or maybe a little bit more goblin or, you know, Wilderberg lore inspired. And that's kind of all I've done. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, your idea on what Maggrats is going to be, because I personally think she is going to be great. And being a precision-based hero, I am scared that a Syndron Maggrat meta is on its way. So I hope she's not absolutely busted, but we're going to have to wait and see. So until then, smash a like, comment, and subscribe. My name is MrSneakyy. This has been a nice, fun video. Maybe you want me to design a complete hero from scratch. Maybe we can do that. And let's do it, you know? Who knows? Who knows? So until the next video, stay safe, stay sneaky, and peace out.